What's up, you phonies? How's it going? Welcome to another video. Today I want to tell you the story how I made like all of the mistakes you can make in a film production, how I made them all. So a little bit about myself. I'm a cinematographer and a VFX artist. So all of the stuff I shoot, I usually also do VFX on it. And on this particular project, we tried to make a sci-fi film, a very short sci-fi film, 1 or 2 minutes with kids. So a little Starship Troopers story inside a spaceship with children. And for everyone who doesn't know, shooting with children, it is very difficult. It is draining for cast and crew. And on the day we shot a bunch of other content for Elhadj TV Next. Who doesn't know what that is, go check it out. The link is in the description. But in the end of the day, I was like, hey, I always wanted to make like a little sci-fi thing with kids and see how that can go. So there was mistake number one. We didn't have a script. We barely had an idea. We were just like, let's make something. Huge mistake. But we went for it. We just sit down in the green screen. I just lit the kids. I shot both children at once because I just know acting with each other and keeping the continuity is just way easier if you shoot both actors, both kids at once. Because when they just talk to each other, they can be off script. It doesn't matter, as long as the dialogue makes sense, I can use it. So at the time, I obviously had no clue what the interior of the spaceship is gonna look like. Therefore, I didn't know how to light the kids properly. I just went for it and just hoped for the best. Huge mistake. So after going through the script or the idea a couple of times, we shot at different takes, I realized in the edit, I made another mistake. I should have shot another angle. I only have the front angle just to keep it simple for the kids, because after a long shoot day, they wanted to go home. They were hungry, they were tired. Obviously, I didn't want to keep them that long, but still, for production purposes, it was a mistake. Should have shot one more angle, maybe like a side angle, so I can implement maybe like an over shoulder. Would have been nice for a little variation. And then I only had a few days to finish the entire thing, which is ridiculous. To make a sci-fi film, to make a film in general, it just takes its time. You can't make anything good if you are in such a tiny time frame, but I had to do it. So editing obviously was a piece of cake. It probably took me 30 minutes to edit this film because I only had one take. I had to cut shorter, make sure to cut out all the pauses. I did it in the multicam, so I had both layers on top of each other, so I could just cut back and forth from the people talking and including some pauses for establishing shots to show where are they at, because they're passing Mars and I think Jupiter, and I had to show that, of course. And then of course I had to create all the CGI and green screen elements, and for that what I did was I didn't want to bring in all the green screen clips into After Effects, remove the green screen, then I would have too many different clips. What I did instead was, so once I had the full clips with some black frames of course in between, I just removed the green screen and exported the whole thing per video. So I had 2 different green screen clips, and those I implemented into Blender. In Blender, I built a interior scene out of pictures and different models. I tried to make my life very easy because I had to go very quick. I lit my interior a very similar way, the way I lit my green screen characters, so the lights come from the same sources. And something I've never done before, I used Eevee as the render engine and not Cycles as usual, because I knew I would not be able to render all this out, to export all that in time. And Eevee is almost real time, which worked great. It does not look perfect. It would have looked better in Cycles, and if I had a month instead of a week to make this film, yes, I would have rendered in Cycles, but I couldn't. For the exterior, I was lucky enough to have a finished, polished spaceship made by Matt. He made this for his Mobius short film, and he gave me all the Blender files I needed to use it for my own scene. So just because of that, the production value just went through the roof, which I'm very lucky. So I was just basically going through the dialogue and check when and where and how long do I need any exterior shots where we can cut away from the somewhat boring dialogue, and then I just make those clips. We're passing one planet, another planet. In the end, we're entering the mothership, so I needed a few shots for that. And for the dialogue also, even though I only had one shot per person, I still added a few different focal lengths, different camera movements, so it does look a little bit different. So I have one pushing in, I have one pulling out, I have one sideways, like a slider dolly shot. And then when I could cut all of that together, I had a final short film. So yes, I did make a bunch of mistakes in this film, and I did learn from all of them, but most of all, I don't regret any of them, because if I had planned it properly, if I wrote a script, if I rehearsed it, if I hired a whole crew to make it, if I took more time to do the CG parts, if I had to render it all in cycles, if I hadn't made all those mistakes, I wouldn't have made this project at all. It's just one of those projects in your life where you have to pick: either you make it as good as possible or not at all. And I definitely don't regret not making it, because a lot of people have seen it and people loved it and appreciated the effort. Is it perfect? Nope, 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 it's far from it, but I'm still proud of it. And I cannot show the full project to you right now because it's only on exclusive platforms like Patreon right now, which the link is also in the description. It's not my Patreon, it's Elhadj TV Patreon. You have to go check it out there. But if you want to see the full teaser, it's not a real teaser, it's just a cut together of all the before after clips. You can watch it right now, and see you in the next video. Toodaloo.